We are going to age some watch hands today. This is going to be exciting. This is the second part in a series of vintage mod techs where we age each watch component one by one to create a convincing vintage mod. If you haven't watched our previous video on watch dial aging, be sure to check it out first, as we'll use similar techniques in this video. In the previous video, we aged a watch dial using some coffee grounds and an oven to achieve various patinas on a lume dial. The watch dial looks great on its own, but when paired with a set of brand new hands, it looks a little bit off. Naturally, we'll age these hands to a certain patina to match that of the dial. Let's get to these hands, shall we? There are quite a few ways to achieve a faux patina on watch hands. An obvious way is to relume the hands with a vintage pigment, but that'll be a topic for another video. In this video, we'll focus on how to get a patina while preserving the original lume. We'll outline 3 methods for 3 distinct results. Before we start, a simple heads up. Some hands are not suitable for this guide. Since we're applying heat to the hands, these methods will not work well with hands with paint or lacquer on it, as that will melt under high heat. With that out of the way, let's start. First method is the easiest, and produces the lightest patina. You'll only need an oven for this method. Set the oven to 250 degrees centigrade or 482 degrees Fahrenheit, and bake the hand for 30 minutes. As there is no paint on the hand, we can do it without the fear of paint cracking or peeling off. This is how it looks. The resulting patina is very light and pretty clean. This could match a dial aged with a similar method to form a young vintage mod. But if you are looking for a deeper colour, method 2 will be more suitable. For this method you'll need some liquid coffee, preferably filtered, and an oven. We'll first get a stable base for the hand. You can use a sharpened pegwood or toothpick, or some Rodico for this purpose. Now we can apply the coffee onto the hand. There are 2 ways to do it. You can either do a precise application on the lumed area using a pegwood or a brush with a tiny tip. That will leave the metal part of the hand untouched. Don't worry if there's some spillover, it'll be easy to fix later on. Or, you can do it like I'm doing here, dipping the hand into coffee for an even coat of coffee liquid across the entire hand. You'll see the difference between the 2 methods later. Then I'll put the prepped hand into the oven and heat it at 120 degrees centigrade or 248 degrees Fahrenheit for 20 minutes. This will allow the colour in the coffee to settle onto the hand. This is how it looks. You'll likely see coffee stains going outside the lume area, more if you dip the hand in the coffee. You can simply wipe it away by first dapping it wet with a wet Q-tip. Then wipe it off with a piece of suede cloth immediately to eliminate any water stain. Finished off with Rodico to clean the fibres and dust off. Now we can look at the patina. It is significantly older than the previous method. If you use the coffee unfiltered, that is, hot water simply mixed with coffee grounds, you can get an even more aged look. After I dip and bake the hand, the tiny grains of coffee will stay on the hand. If there is too much residue, you can lightly dust it off. This is how it looks. This reminds me of a weathered and rusty look. It could pair well with a similarly aged case and dial. On a side note, the same technique is also effective at aging a hand without lume. The third method is for a deep, battle-worn patina. We'll use dry coffee ground. Like in our previous video, we need to find the temperature when the coffee ground starts smoking. Start from the lowest temperature and raise it gradually, until you see the coffee start smoking. We'll bake the hand at this temperature. Place the hand face down on the coffee ground, and bake it for 5 minutes. The reason for the short time is to get only a small amount of the fume, so you end up with a dark brown. This is how these hands look side by side. There is quite a marked difference in terms of colour. and upon closer inspection there are more subtle differences as well. If you're doing an entire vintage mod like we're doing here, you might want to match the colour of the dial with that of the hand as well. For that purpose, you will need to experiment with different settings with the three methods, so you can get a slightly deeper or lighter colour with them. And if you want to make sure you get the right results with your only set of hands, you can get a pack of test hands from us to experiment with. For the first method, temperature is the deciding factor. If you want a deeper patina, use even higher temperatures. For the second method, you can do a few more round trips to get a deeper colour onto the hand. For the third method, you can bake it longer to get more soot onto the hands to get a darker colour. This is the patina we want on this hand. I'll take this and put it into a mod, and this is how it looks. Matching patina on the dial and the hand. Both look well aged. Now that the internals are aged, it doesn't make sense to leave the external components untouched, right? Let's get to it in the next video. That's all for this video. Until next time, have fun with your watch.